Hello everybody, this is Admiral Fox, back with another video. And it's Christmas vacation, so I'm using the Santa's Collection camouflage. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Tier 3 Italian destroyer, Nazario Sauro. Italian destroyers came to Blitz recently, fairly recently. And they are actually some pretty unique and cool ships. I'm gonna start showing my build before I go into battle, so let's do that right now. I'm using Renzo Brusco since I don't have Sansoni, the legendary commander. I'm using emergency response, which gives me better steering gear and power system repair time. Torpedo alert gives me extra torpedo detection range, and he's still retraining, so preheating gives you extra speed and acceleration during the first 40 seconds of battle. Victorious Charge, as you recover a bit of HP when you destroy a ship, and Survivalist makes you recover more HP when you use repair kits. And then I've gone for a torpedo boat build. I've gone for propulsion modification, steering gears modification, and torpedo tube modification. And for supplies, I've gone with preventative maintenance, refined diesel, and high-grade coal. That's a full stealthy torpedo boat YOLO war build. And that's what Nazario Sauro is. So I'm going to show you a couple battles. It's only tier 3, so we're probably not going to get super advanced battles here. I can say that I've played all the way up to tier 6. I've played Curtatone through Aviare on the Italian destroyers line. And I'd say Nazario Sauro and Maestrael are the ones I liked best. Nazario Sauro is this one, and Maestrael is the tier 5. This is St. Louis. Oh crap, they see me. Well, you missed. That did not miss. You're gonna pay for that, Chester. This is where the gimmick comes into play. This is how to YOLO in an Italian destroyer. There. What the? That torpedo just came out of nowhere. And then you turn your back to your attackers, pop a heal, and run away. It has an extremely good torpedo reload, so you're going to be able to do follow-up strikes pretty quickly. Oh, come on, Caledon. Do you really have to do that? Come on, seriously? Okay, I've gone dark. But I still have the torpedo range to sneakily torp the Caledon. Those definitely aren't going to hit, but one can hope. I think my best bet here would be to do a follow-up strike on that, South Carolina. South Carolina. Right there. Yeah, I missed my torps. Whatever. From 5 torpedo hits, that was 11k damage. That was like 11.5k damage. I haven't dealt any damage with my main guns. Speaking of main guns, you're an Italian ship, so you get the standard Italian SAP, and then after that you get HE as well. But the HE isn't very good. There's the South Carolina down. Oh crap, Caledon's torps. It's a pretty maneuverable ship. I'm out of smoke, so I'm just gonna chase the Caledon. Oh, come on, did you really have to get in my way? AI cruisers are so annoying at low tier. I missed. There's Chikuma. I think I'm gonna go for Chikuma. Found a better target. Oh crap. There, I got an assist. Dodge those torps. Pop a heal. And I'm gonna YOLO around that island to get to Chikuma. Why do I still have torpedoes detected? And there. I think that battle perfectly explains the playstyle of the Nazario Sauro. Perfectly. That's what you do all game. It's exactly what you do all game. That was actually a pretty good Caledon player. I'm gonna give him a compliment since you don't see many Caledon players with that level of skill. Okay. So, that was actually a very good battle, and it perfectly describes Nazario Sauro's playstyle. I have gotten 50k damage games in, like, tier 4 games, but you don't really have that kind of results at tier 3. I'm going to do one more battle, just because we have time, and I want to give you guys another showcase. I really hope this battle has a carrier in it, because Nazario Sauro is actually an extremely good carrier hunter. It has the standard Italian torpedoes, so they have really long range, pretty bad speed, but they hit like a truck. They do a lot of damage. Like you saw with that Chester, we didn't even hit all of our torpedoes and he still went down immediately. And my prayers have been answered. It's also all AIs except for the St. Louis, which is good, because Nazario Sauro is actually a fairly good destroyer hunter. If you play it right, you can be a very menacing threat to other destroyers. Really, the biggest threat to a Nazario Sauro is a gun cruiser that also has torpedoes, like Caledon or Karlsruhe, or another Nazario Sauro, or the tier above it, Turbine. Turbine is just Nazario Sauro, but bigger and more HP, and slightly worse speed. I've got an Isokazi and a Wix to back me up. Nice. The H is not very useful, and the SAP does have sufficient penetration that you can pretty reliably pen the ends and superstructures of most battleships. So I wouldn't recommend using HE, I would recommend always using SAP. Oh, come on, Wix. Did you really have to fire at me like that? SAP is really good against destroyers since SAP shells can't over-penetrate. Got an assist. Someone stole my kill though. Okay, now it's just the Isokazi on this flank, and then we're free to push the carrier. The turret traverse is pretty bad, but if you're willing to sacrifice a bit of torpedo traverse, you can go with the main armament modification that increases main battery turret traverse. I actually find that it's pretty useful in destroyer builds. And he ran right into my torpedo. There we go. There's a set of torpedoes there. I wonder whose torpedoes those are. What the? Who's firing at me? I got a flood from that. You don't often get floods in Nazario Sauro. There. That's 39,000 damage in a tier 4 game, playing a tier 3 destroyer. So Nazario Sauro's, I would actually call it overpowered. In fact, I'd call it one of the most overpowered ships in the tier. I think we have enough time to go after that St. Louis. We have enough HP as well. Wicks finished off the South Carolina that I managed to torpedo. There's another Wicks here. There. Alright. That's actually one of the best games I've had in Nazario Sauro. 56,000 damage. A little bit more than 56,000 damage. That is absolutely insane for a tier 4 game and a tier 3 cruiser. The destroyer, sorry. Just have a brain fart. I was 1 kill away from a Kraken as well. Yeah, that's what happens when there's a bunch of AIs on the enemy team. Nazario Sauro absolutely feasts on AI ships. That was a one-sided battle, but we didn't come out without losses, but it was definitely a one-sided battle. When you've got a Nazario Sauro on your team and the enemy team is 90% AIs, you know you're going to have a very good chance of winning. Nazario Sauro is an extremely good destroyer. I definitely recommend playing it. Also, it leads to much better things. Curtatone, the tier 2, is just a smaller version of Nazario Sauro with a bit less speed. It also doesn't have smoke, but that's not really a huge problem. Italian destroyers are the kind of destroyers that have everything available to them from the start. They're all the same all the way through the tiers. They're not like the German destroyers where they change play styles. At the bottom tiers, the rushing, like Curtatone through Maestrale, the rushing strategy is a very good strategy. In Aviary through Vittorio Ciniberti, you're probably better off doing stealthy torpedo attacks from behind islands. And with Adriatico and Attilio Regolo, you're probably best switching between those tactics. Attilio Regolo is what we're working towards, by the way. Very good destroyer. It's both an artillery destroyer and a torpedo destroyer because of the overpowered Italian torpedoes and the really good 135mm guns. Alright, that's all for today. Bye guys, Merry Christmas.